Hello beautiful ones, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joseph. It's really lovely to meet you. Now then guys, today I'm going to be carrying on with my little short snappy videos on how to choose the right foundation shade for you, and I'll talk about the formulas to a later date, not today though, beautiful ones. And obviously foundations come in many different forms. You've got powders, foundations, you've got cream to powder, cream to liquid foundations, you've got liquid foundations. The list is endless, isn't it, pretty much? So that's the whole point behind these videos, these short snappy videos, which I might call foundation bites. No, yes, no. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, or if you can come up with a better name, then please feel free to just let me know in the comments, and with the best one I'll definitely use. But for now I'll call these my foundation bites. Shall I? Not that foundation does bite, because it hasn't got any teeth and it's only a liquid cosmetic, it's not alive. So eyes twitching. And of course, my ultimate aim, beautiful ones, behind doing foundation bites or these short snappy videos on foundation, which, shall I stop calling them foundation bites? I'll call them foundation bites for now though, if that's okay with you beautiful ones, until we can come up with a better name. I was talking, wasn't I, about why I'm doing these videos. It's basically to save you money, because if you're like anything like me, you'll have hundreds upon hundreds of bottles of foundation just floating around your cosmetic room or your bathroom or your bedroom, whatever. I've got a bushel box, which is quite a big, it's probably around 3 feet by 2 feet big, and it is chock-a-block full of foundations, which I'll probably never ever use. Might give some of them away at some point, but my ultimate aim here, beautiful ones, is obviously to try and educate you and to empower you to make informed choices, so that you can just buy one bottle of foundation, which will be the right shade, the right formulation for your skin, and that you're not wasting any more money. So before we dive into the video, guys, what do you reckon to my new orange background? Yes, no, yes, it's up to you guys. I find that orange actually works very well with my skin, and it's actually my second favorite color. My first favorite color is green. So today I'm wearing my favorite color, green, and I've got my bright orange background, which is the second favorite color. Third favorite color is purple. What's that got to do with today? Absolutely nothing. So shall I? Okay, will do. We've already spoken about the vein test, haven't we? And just to recap on that very briefly, once you've located the veins, and they must be nearer to the skin surface, and try and find somewhere where they're not exposed to daylight, so you're getting a true color, a true reflection of the shade of the veins. If they're have a greeny tone to them, chances are you'll be warm skin toned. You'll be warm skin toned, get that right. If your veins pull more towards blue purple, then the chances are you'll have a cooler undertone. Somewhere between the two, then you'll be neutral. And olive is a different matter entirely, but as I said before, I'll do an entire different video on olive skin tones. I'm sure that to many of you out there, my new background's giving you vibes of 1970s passport photos, but hey, it's the best I could come up with, beautiful ones. And of course, guys, there are other methods to establish your skin's undertone, but the vein test really is the simplest, and it's the cheapest because it's free, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? There are other ways, but and my biggest tip when doing the vein test is to make sure you're checking your veins near natural daylight. And I've got a big window here, which and that's how I would do mine, and that's how I do mine. So as a makeup artist, I can tell someone's skin tone immediately. Do you know what I mean? I can look at them and think, yes, they're cool, they're warm, they're neutral, they're olive, or somewhere between the four. And then tailoring foundations to the person is made much simpler. Although many of you out there aren't professional makeup artists, so the vein test really is a hard and fast technique in establishing one's skin undertone. So beautiful ones, you've done your vein test in natural daylight, biggest tip there of course, and now you've established your undertone, so you're either cool, warm, neutral or olive, or somewhere between the four. The next phase, or the next step, and this is an important one, is to work out your skin's depth of color. So that's either fair, light, medium, deep or tan. So, and those five are pretty general. Sadly, beautiful ones, in the makeup industry, there's no hard and fast or established technique of how to establish your skin's depth of color, other than observation. So just have a look at my skin now. Does it look light to you? Does it look fair? Does it look medium? Does it look deep? Or does it look tanned? I'd say we can eliminate at least 3 of those. So I think that my skin is possibly somewhere between light and fair, wouldn't you say? Certainly not medium, certainly not deep, and certainly not tan. Although this is an important one, guys, to remember. Skin's tone of depth or depth of color will change throughout season. So skin which is summer skin will look very different than winter skin. Winter skin tends to be very pale, whereas summer skin tends to be slightly darker. Do you know what I mean? Unless you are actually physically on purpose or purposefully tanning your skin. again, beautiful ones, take your time. There's certainly no rushes there. I mean, as I said before, please don't rush out there. And okay. So we've established that my skin is certainly not medium, deep or tan, haven't we? So it's somewhere between light and fair. And these are pretty standard descriptions, or descriptions used within the beauty industry or the makeup world. So you've got light, medium, fair, deep, tan, and so on. And without repeating myself ad nauseum, which I do tend to do, beautiful ones, don't I? Sorry. I've got 5 foundations over here, which I'll show you in a minute, and we'll try and work out which one is best suited to my skin tone, shall we? And although I have already just said, haven't I, that there aren't any established techniques about how to work out how the depth of tone of your skin, my tip for today is just to hold the bottle against your skin, and that will give you an indication. It won't be hard and fast, but it will give you an indication of whether you're in the right ballpark or not. Do you know what I mean? And in order to be able to do that, beautiful ones, you need to be able to see the foundation through the bottle, don't you? So, and some foundations come in tubes like this one. So, do you know what I mean? You won't be able to see the shade of the foundation underneath. So when that happens, you are pretty much working in the dark. Or just take the lid off it and put a swatch down. There are ways around it, but for today, guys, we'll use a bottle which we can actually see the foundation through. Do you know what I mean? So a glass bottle. And here I have 5 Maybelline Dream Satin liquid foundations. These all cost the same price, £10, all from the same shop, so Sainsbury's in the UK. I know you can buy all of these in America too online. Maybelline is an American company after all. And from here on in, guys, it's a process of elimination. So I'll put my glasses on so I can see. Right, so here we have 5 foundations. So let's start with this one, shall we? This one's called Caramel. This is way, way, way too dark for my skin, and I can see that immediately. Holding him against my skin, no. So we'll eliminate him, shall we? Yep, so that's number 1. The next one we'll look at is this one. And this is shade Fair Beige. And again, sometimes beauty companies can give you clues about the depth of tone or depth of color of foundation via the title of the name of the foundation's color. This one is Fair Beige. And again, way, way, way too pale for me. So we'll eliminate him, shall we? And this is what you have to do, sadly, to get to your desired shade of foundation. And we're left with these 3 now. And this is this foundation is called Light Porcelain. So this is one of the three we're going to use as contenders for our ultimate foundation. And that's also a good tip to try and slim down your choices to 3 or possibly 4, maybe even 5 foundations. In the shop, do make sure you're doing all of this in natural daylight, so be as close to a window as possible. Or, this is a good tip as well, take a little pot with you, one of those little disposable pots you can get, and ask the person in the shop. Don't do this without asking for permission, but take a little sample home with you, or take the foundation in the little pot you've taken with you outside, and then try it on your skin in natural daylight if you're in a basement or somewhere like that without access to natural daylight. So stop waffling, man. Okay, so we have established that Fair Porcelain is a possible foundation for me, haven't we? And so the last 2 are, this one is Golden Beige, I believe. Yes, Golden Beige. And the last choice, and this one is brand new, I got this one this morning. This is Fawn, and I think this is going to be the one for me. But can you get the general idea of what I'm doing here? Is that I'm trying to fine-tune my choices, aren't I? Getting it right down to the specifics now, the nitty-gritty of foundations, or foundations, as I sometimes call them. Bit naughty, but hey, that's just me. And of these 3 foundations, I know that I'm a cool skin tone, so words which have rose, pink, blue reds in them, shades which have blue reds in them, I need to consider those, but I at the same time I need to discount anything with the word golden, warm, yellow, or beige or anything. Although beige is a difficult one because sometimes beige is bandied around in the beauty industry and it's actually used for very, very cool tone foundations, so that can be a bit misleading. But my point here is the fact that where's Golden Beige? We can discount Golden Beige because it's the wrong undertone for my skin. Which leaves us with these 2. So we have eliminated quite a few foundations there, and we're now down to Fawn, and we're also down to Light. No, what was the last one? Yeah, Light Porcelain. Okay. So, and as I said again, the name Light is giving me an indication that this would be ideal for my skin. Although I know that this one is the Fawn one is because I've had the Dream Matte Mousse in the shade Fawn when it first came out in the early noughties, and I know for a fact that the shade Fawn is ideal for my skin tone. This is for demonstration purposes only. But so what's the 3rd stage, guys? The 3rd stage is to actually start applying foundations to our skin, and what we're going to do is we're going to start here. So somewhere between your nose and the little nodule in your ear, that's where you ideally need to start. Start there and bring it all the way down onto your neck. And, you know, but that will be another video. That won't be today because I'm trying to keep these as short as possible. And that way, you know, you may absorb actually what I'm saying, because if I sit here waffling on and on and on for hours ad nauseum, then you guys will fall asleep and you won't absorb anything I'm trying to say. So that's it for today, beautiful ones. And today we've established, haven't we, how to work out the depth, or whether your skin tone is light, fair, light, medium, dark, or tan. And the only really real way you can do that is by holding the bottle against your face. And by doing that way, by doing things that way, we're starting to fine tune our final choice, aren't we? So if you beautiful ones enjoyed today's video, then please don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Similarly, consider subscribe. Or no, I don't actually do that anymore. So why did I point up there? Haven't a clue, beautiful ones, haven't a clue. And to come still, we've got the swatches to do to fine tune our choices even more. So I'll actually be opening up the foundations and trying them on my face. And also soon I'll talk about formulations too. So that's whether you need a matte foundation, a glowing foundation, or and then the presentations of the foundations or the formulations themselves. So that's powders, liquids, so on and so forth. But they're future videos. So have a wonderful Tuesday, everyone. I love you all very, very much. Thanks for watching.